the revolution will not be televised.
I like to sit and meditate on what it is I'm going to work on, or I meditate on the canvas, and after a while,
statements out to the people through his work, and you do the same thing, Q. So you're representing very well here on being the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute. Now we're going to take some time right now to see Malcolm Jamal in action right here on the BAF Solutions Network. And welcome, everybody, to the BAF Solutions Network. I'm Arnold Pendix, a.k.a. the spook that's set by the sitcom door today. Don't play pig, man. Blacker than Serafina. Deeper than Miles Davis. Harlem, USA. The Mecca. That's from the Adventures of Pigman and Possum. And then let me tell y'all something. That was in Harlem when I lived there, and it's definitely something we're going to discuss and talk about how the spook that's set by the sitcom door was involved in that. For those who don't know, I worked at NBC during the 1980s, okay? And I was able to be discovered by Reverend Jesse Jackson through the political platform. He was running for president, and I was able to be a student at North Carolina A&T State University and persuade him to bring myself and a comedian, Mr. A&T, by the way, to New York City as his comedy writers for Saturday Night Live. But during that time, it was a new show that came out called The Cosby Show. It premiered in September 20th to be exact, 1984. I would say 1884. No, 1984. Lord have mercy. And so when I got to New York in October, Jesse had did his phenomenal speech at the Democratic convention, and there was the cast. Malcolm Jamal Warner was there, little Keisha Knight Pulliam, Denise, what's her name, and all the other cast members were there, including Bill Cosby. So I was able to connect with them. Make a long story short, I worked as an intern writer at the Saturday Night Live under the tutelage of Herb Sargent. Being the spook that's set by the sitcom door, I learned everything about comedy sketch writing and everything of that nature. Then I went on, he wrote me a wonderful letter of recommendation to Jay Sandridge. Jay Sandridge was the director of The Cosby Show. Now, Bill was always very conscious of giving opportunities to Black writers, actors, camera people, behind the scenes people. And so I was able to literally sit in the control room and watch Jay Sandridge work. Now, who is Jay Sandridge? There was a little known show by the name of I Love Lucy, and a little known show called The Mary Tyler Moore Show. And those shows were directed by Jay Sandridge. And he took a liking to me. He allowed me to be literally sit and watch him do switching. They call it switching. Camera one, camera two, camera three. Go back to camera one, go back to camera two. Okay, give me three again. Give me camera one, camera two. And so I was watching him doing what they call switching. Now, of course, I knew a lot about this because at A&T State University Communications Department, they trained us well. So I knew exactly what was going on. And it was just a marvelous time. And to see Bill Cosby looking over my shoulder and saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I said, I'm studying you, Mr. Cosby, because one day I'm going to have my own television network. I'm going to be just like you. Well, thank God I ain't just like him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't slipping no blue pills in nobody's drink. Yep, that's right. I said it. Anyway, that's right, Bill. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. Now, you know, I couldn't afford those sweaters because he used to come around. He said, "Where you get that sweater, Arnold?" And I said, "Well, I got it from the Indians on the street down in New York City. They were selling sweaters on the sidewalk. But Bill Cosby's sweater did not come from the sidewalk. You better believe that." So anyway, that's my spook that's set by the door story. And we're going to find out later in the show what the spook that's set by the door was really all about. Because I was able to learn. So when you're sitting by the door, you're observing everything. They had no idea. Felicia knew me. She's from the Nigger Ensemble Company. Malcolm Jamal Warner was always very nice to me. We always laughed. He was kind of goofy and funny. So being Theo was a great way to be because he was always very kind and polite to everyone in the audience, the studio audience. And what would happen, a warm-up comedian would come out. before they introduced the cast. And the warm-up comedian was by the name of Don Lewis, Phyllis Yvonne Stickney. They would all come out and do jokes. And I would be sitting in the audience, with my notepad, just writing. I was such a diligent little soul. Well, I wasn't that little, I was big because they fed me well. Check was good. Okay, the check was good. But anyway, they would introduce Felicia Rashad. She would come out and take a bow. And of course, Tempest Bledsoe, she'd come out and take a bow. And all that stuff like that. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, he'd come and take a bow. And everybody's cheering, yay! But we would prep to do that because the studio audience, the comedian, the warm-up person had to make sure the audience was hyped. So like a hype person would come out, so they used comedian, of course, because Bill Cosby was a noted comedian. And that's my Spook the Set by the Door story. I got more stories to tell, and each time we come on board on Being Theo, the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute, I'll tell you a Spook the Set by the Door. We're going to find out what the Spook the Set by the Door really means. Okay. So let's see a poem. We're going to take you, and nobody knew Malcolm Jamal Warner was a poet. He was a talented comic actor, but he was also had a lot to say. He had a lot to say, and just like he was born the Year of the Dog, and the Year of the Dog was like it's the company of Michael Jackson, Madonna. So they used their music to get their message across. So Malcolm Jamal Warner was more than just reading someone else's lines as the character of Theo. He also had something to say. So let's hear what he has to say through his slam poetry. Ladies and gentlemen, Being Theo, tribute to Malcolm Jamal Warner on the BAF Solutions Network. I'm the Spook that's set by the door. Roll 'em.
This piece is Asante Sana. Abadigani, comrade. What, you still on that freedom shit? Word? Well, yeah, you know me in this poetry, we still be on that weedum shit. That birthing inspirational couplets and breedum shit. That I spit, cat should heed 'em shit. That words can't break my bones, but if you cut me, Holmes, I bleed 'em. Shit. Atonement for the masses of hard asses and heads that tread on civil liberties in the most uncivilized of fashion is said to be dead. Can we afford to be dumb for free? See, that's the question I'm asking as I beg for an ounce of truth amongst the aloof surrounding me. My vices are proof that these demons keep hounding me. Reality keeps pounding me, almost astounding me into this strange hypocrisy. You see, I preach the same hope that I'm losing daily, like my religion. Peep how deep I bare my soul. I stand on the precipice of this crossroads. It's like I want to give my life to the cause, but which one? Ignorance is running so ridiculously rampant, I can't tell if I'm hating or merely debating just for fun. But I do know my heart heaves heavy upon hearing the fluttering hum of the feeble footsteps of fear, stamping out the ferocious flames of our dogged desire and determination to outpace the perilous prophecy our captors have programmed to be our faith, and thus our fate. I know my soul writhes with anxiety aches. Lies no longer need disguise when they start looking like the truth. Like, how do we ignore cries of ill-guided youth spitting dope bars of self-hate over beats that bang harder than strange fruit hangs? Meanwhile, her breasts hang and her booty bangs harder than the gun claps of rival gangs fighting over territory they don't even own. And in magic cities everywhere, she feeds her babies based on her ability to shake what her mama gave her because her pops was too busy breaking in his disappearing act to save her from these mean streets that eat the meek in one swallow. Lies no longer need disguise when the truth is viewed as hollow through the eyes that need it most. We, descendants of stolen legacies, children of ancestors who cannot be broken. Birthers and bearers of a culture that has been repeatedly robbed and ransacked to feed the spiritually famine like a black woman's bosom. We who become a pre-existing condition simply because we pre-exist. We who realize we are worthy. We are the guardians. We are the gardeners. We are the soil. We are the toil. We are the protectors of our seeds who need to be protected, who need to see true love and Black excellence redirected, not through fame and fortune, but redirected through character and deed. And indeed, it is those who stand on the front line, fighting for the minds of our young, Black, and gifted. It is you who are an inspiration to me, because you are the revolution we do not see on TV. Asante Sana.
Nice.
Woo! Snap, 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 snap up. You know, they don't clap in poetry. They snap, snap, snap. So, you know. So I'm snapping up for you, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Wow, who knew that the kid I met on the set of The Cosby Show would grow into a man who can break it down just like that. Okay, and that booty banging, Lord have mercy. So anyway, like I said, I still see him as a little kid, but he ain't no little kid. He know about booty banging. And if you know about booty banging, you a man, all right? All right, you a man if you know about booty banging. So that's all I got to say right there. But anyway, we got somebody here. You know, for those who don't know, I'm a numerologist. I'm numerologist, sexastrologist A. Gregory Harris. I was on the radio on KISS FM for a year and a half on the Wake Up Show, and then of course I was on Dougie Fresh's show, The Show, in which I announced the hookup. I told people who to hook up with on Saturday night so they can pray about it on Sunday. Okay, so basically I know all about that, but but I don't know is how he came to create that. And so we have Julian Gordon, the Zodiac Lover here, who happens to be born on a day that is a soulmate to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm Jamal Warner was born on August 18th, okay? And he's born the year of the dog, and he was definitely and the year of the dog is equivalent to the sign of Libra. So Libras are known lovers. So Libra rather make love and not war, but they can fight too now. They can beat you up. So don't try it, but definitely. So we have Julian Gordon here, the producer of the BAF Solutions Network, and he also happens to be an avid musician and a performing artist and a chef. He just does it all, and happens to be the soulmate to Malcolm Jamal Warner. So if you ever want to know what Malcolm Jamal Warner was like, then he's sitting right here in the studio here at the BAF Solutions Network studio. So Julian, tell us, break this down, what he is talking about, booty banging and all of that. So let's bang, bang, let's go.
Right, so the first thing that I noticed is the name of the poem, Asante Sana.
Okay, talk to me about that. What's that?
Right, I actually had to look it up because, you know, our knowledge gets
He got deep on me, I ain't know.
Translation. Exactly, I didn't know what that was.
Asante Sana, that's
Mr. Darren, we were talking about these Egyptian spirituality just yesterday when we were in our Master Motivators interview, but it means thank you very much.
Okay,
it's
thank
much
you very
gratitude.
much.
So it's
thank you very
almost
much
like
for
when
booty
you
banging.
hear the tone of the poem, I was like, okay, Asante Sana must mean something like strong, something like, oh, F you or something like that. Like, dang.
Wait, that's definitely encoded messages in his poetry.
Exactly.
And so we are just really trying to find out what he was saying.
So it's like he's saying F you, but in a more elegant way, like in a more, which is similar to how
you
I
would
deal,
say it.
Yeah.
Now you say that too. You said it a lot of times in your mind,
Yeah,
but you come out with such a nice way to say F you.
Similar to how I would say, you know. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. Okay, cool. But that's some of the feelings that I get with religion. He talked about religion. It's like, okay, yeah, I know there's some benefits to it, but there's so much corruption. Once you get the knowledge, once you've been exposed to things, and just like me and Darren were talking earlier this AM, once you get exposed to the knowledge and once you get exposed to things, how can you actually keep on going through with the lie? How can you keep on promoting the lie and continuously giving them money and our time? So he was saying religion's escaping me repeatedly. And also I had to write down dope beats hitting harder than strange fruits hanging, because I thought that was strange. Like,
Well, we all know what Strange Fruit. Well, you know the Strange Fruit. That's Billie Holiday's song about hanging and lynching people of color.
Right. See, I had to go back and I did get taught that, but I was looking to relate it with music. So I thought, okay, music is stronger than what our people have endured. Our music is revolutionary. Our music is something that keeps us moving stronger. It is something that keeps us in rhythm and in flow with each other. Even when strange fruits are hanging from the tree, we still have that frequency, that heartbeat, just like Naya Bingi. You know, we still got that heartbeat that keeps us all together. So I thought that was very powerful because he's bringing up really, really strong things that's happening. He didn't say the word, but he's talking about rape. He's talking about our stolen legacy. We read that book in the book club a couple years back. But we cannot be broken. So he's letting everybody know, yeah, all these things happen, but we're stronger than that. We are the guardians. He ends up with a high and actually says, hey, we are the guardians and the gardens. And I thought that was real cool how he mixed up those two words, because I've never heard that put together like that. We're the guardians and gardens. We're the protectors and the seeds, the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. But he's also speaking highly. He really speaks highly of women and Black people. Like even though he says like, oh, it's like a woman, and you know sometimes there's that, like we've talked before, that battle between the masculine and feminine energy, but he always either ends or somewhere in his poem he speaks super highly of women too. So I thought that was something worth mentioning, that he speaks very highly of women and Black people as well.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful.
So
all
it's
right.
like we've gone through like different emotions all in one. Like, oh, thank you very much. Like, F you. But also because of that, our music hits harder than you'll ever know. And so yeah, those are some of the things that resonated with me.
Well, that's definitely something we should all take some time to digest. And while we do that, we're going to take a listen from our sponsor, which is Envision You. And David Emenitier is going to give us the 411 on this coffee company that he has, a travel, education company. Envision You. We envision you healthy and wealthy and, of course, wise. So take a listen to David Emenitier as we take a station break, as they say, to let you know about something that you really can be a part of.
Products that we've actually put together called Alive. And you say, well, David, why do you call the products Alive? Well, because I know there's so many people around the world that are just living. Very few people wake up every single day alive, ready to actually win the day. That's what our products are designed to do: revive, replenish, and renew the body. And it all starts with our superfood juices, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely fell in love with it the very first time I sampled it. Our manufacturers actually sent me samples and I said, man, this is a winner. And then when they told me what was actually in the product, I knew that we had a home run. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. All the ingredients here: spirulina, aloe vera, cinnamon bark extract, and ginger root, and green tea, and maca root, right? Some people call that the marriage counselor. This is an incredible product that we have in 2 different flavors: apple beach cherry along with apple cinnamon. And ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do is take a shot in the morning and take a shot in the afternoon. Now, if you really want the whole regimen that we have, you want to actually step into the world of the skin and beauty product that we have called Alive Skin and Beauty. This is a collagen product that literally impacts the body on a whole nother level when it comes to your hair growth and nail growth and helping out your joints and those bones. Your body needs collagen, but we found a way to actually make collagen taste great. Now, just a moment ago, I actually tried something that I'm going to share with you that absolutely blew me away. I tried the Skin and Beauty, the Apple Beach Cherry, and yes, our matcha. You're gonna see that later on in the presentation. But ladies and gentlemen, we stepped into recently the world of coffee. And I got involved in the coffee industry years ago. And people say, well, man, you're crazy. I mean, why would you do coffee, right? And I said, well, it's 2.2 billion cups of coffee are consumed every single day. You're talking about the most traded commodity in the world next to oil, the most consumed beverage in the world next to water. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going anywhere. Whether you're involved in the coffee business or not, people are going to spend money. They're going to spend $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 for a cup of coffee. So why not provide that demand that's already out there in the marketplace? And we found a way to actually make it healthy. This is by far, in my opinion, you may say I'm biased, the healthiest, best tasting coffee on the planet. This is the Alive Cappuccino, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking about a non-GMO, gluten-free, no sugar, no nut, no soy whatsoever in this particular product right here. I am so in love with this coffee. The first time I tried it, I knew that this was going to be the winner in our company. And look what's in it. You're talking about a premium Arabica bean coffee. You're talking about pomegranate and collagen tripeptides and dipeptides, and it's got okra in it. It's got asparagus in it, ladies and gentlemen. It's got pumpkin in it. It's got amino acids in this particular product. You say, well, how did you get 30 different vitamins and minerals all in one product? That's a secret. That's our own formula for us to know. And it's available right now in our company. And recently, we just introduced the ultimate green tea, which is the matcha. And it's one of the best tasting matchas out there in the world. You can drink it hot, you can drink it cold. I just drank it with our Apple Beach Cherry and our Apple Cinnamon. Absolutely incredible. Look at all the ingredients that are in here. It's helped people when it comes to their weight loss journey, giving them energy, clarity, focus. It's a remarkable product that we put together. Now, if you're paying attention, we put health in what people do every single day. People drink coffee every day. People drink some sort of juice, or their kids do every single day. And guess what? People drink tea every single day. So why not do it with Envision You and actually have your body become even more healthy while drinking what you were going to drink anyway? See, what we've put together here is really second to none. Your health and your wealth right here in one company, and then you can travel around the world. These products that we've actually...
All right, well, David, we definitely believe it, and we definitely had a wonderful time with the mayor-elect of East Point here, and she loved the coffee, David. So, and you will too, everyone, all BAF members. It's membership only, so you can come to the Chemical Club and be right here in the Chemical Club Cafe and get your sample of Envision You, Oh Wow Coffee and Juices. At this time, we're going to go right into our Poet Slam tribute to Malcolm Jamal Warner, and of course, we kick it off with our Poet Laureate, Slam Poet Q. So Q, welcome. Here you are, bro. What's up, my man?
How you doing?
Sit in the chair right here. Sit in the chair right here. This way. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit and everything. Q is part of the Black Men's Lab. And the Black Men's Lab is doing some progressive work too. What does the Black Men's Lab do?
Absolutely.
Okay, David. That's all right, David. That's all right, David. I got you. I got you.
But yeah, the Black Man Lab is a safe, sacred healing space for Black men of all ages.
Okay.
And we meet not too far away from the Chemical Club. We're off of Campbellton Road, 2220 Campbellton Road at the Andrew and Walter Young YMCA.
And what is the objective of the Black Man Lab?
So the objective of the Black Man Lab is to be able to create that safe, sacred healing space for our Black men so we can heal, so we can build. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to see an intergenerational transfer of knowledge between our young people that's in this space, as well as our elders. We want to make sure that we're able to feed people in holistic ways. So we actually feed you. There's food for your body. There's food for your soul. We make sure that brothers in there getting daps and hugs, because some people just haven't felt that love before. So
exactly, especially the man. The man, they just work, then die. Just work, and take care of the kids, take care of the wife. We get no love. They show no love, and then they get to the point they don't want to give us no love. If you know what I mean. So you done did all this work. No, I expect something more than some eggs. All right, I want to crack some. Oh, anyway. I'm a comedy writer. Okay, come on now. That's what I do. But anyway, you are a poet as well. And I selected you because I felt you had the right spirit for Malcolm Jamal Warner's tribute. So what's your first poem about?
So my first poem, I like Asante Asana, how he was able to talk about the different aspects of culture and society.
Okay.
And so in my first piece that I'm going to do is called Enemy is the Enemy. And that one's talking a lot about my battles that I've noticed in myself through interacting with the world, and that struggle with vulnerability. And so this first piece talks a lot.
And you know what we do, everyone here who's BAF members who's watching, that we bring him back and you tell us how you came to create this piece. And a lot of times poets get up and do their poetry and snap, and they out. But here on the BAF Solutions Network, we don't just talk about it, we about it. So we want to know how you came about it. Okay? Okay, so let's hit the first one. Slam Poet Q, ladies and gentlemen, on the BFA Solutions Network, being Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute.
The enemy is the enemy. Want to put it into me, but I will not let him win. The enemy is the enemy. Want to put it into me, but I will not let him win. Check. I'm talented, but am I coachable? Yeah, I'm approachable and sociable, but am I present? And what about emotional intelligence and cultural relevance? Is it there? I'm talking to everybody. Does anybody care? Am I empathetic, apathetic, magnetic, pathetic, patiently waiting, or am I procrastinating? Slow your roll. You know your goal. I'm going for the goal, never gets old, and I ain't sold my soul. No, got affirmations. I got what? Knowledge of self, determination. I pop out on the promenade with proper preparation, howling up the hill to campus, singing Miseducation. I get the Morehouse, bumping college dropout by Kanye, but I'm gonna do it my way. I'm feeling K-Dot. Good kid, cold world. Wanna be a hot spot and wanna be covert. Girl, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Let's get feisty. No hesitation, high key, coders to do it. I see. Gucci, icy. Gucci, pricey. I'm priceless. None like me. Some of my younger brothers, we do it like no others. That's word to my cousin, auntie, uncle, and my mother. Move over, mediocre, you're in my way. Got a bag to chase and I got lives to change. I'm in a chop shop, turn into a drop top. Got a top spot and you ain't getting no headshot. I got a head start cause your boy headstrong. Even if my life is short, my legacy gonna live longer than any of us. Do it for my tree community, I do it for us. Promise if I'm preaching to the choir, then I afro to my chorus. If I be a better me, the better I'll be for all of us. Said if I be a better me, the better I'll be for all of us. Check.
Ooh, snap, sit right here. This your station. Well, Slam Poet Q, that was fire, or fa, as they say. And in ATL, how did you come about this piece?
Yeah, so it's initially one of my friends. He had written it's a song actually, and it was my being able to perform it as a poem. I really enjoyed the aspect of what I had initially, and then going back, looking at it, I was like, I could definitely be more vulnerable because the first portion of it, I'm just saying words, but I was like, let me go and rewrite this. And that was something that I was struggling with because I'm like, no, whatever I write the first time is the best it's gonna be, you know, that's fire. So even struggling to be like, no, actually, bro, it's fire, but you could use that for another time. You need to be more vulnerable in this piece right here because I had learned more about a feelings wheel and some of the different emotions that I could attach to it. And I'm like, when I talk about the enemy is the enemy, I'm having all these thoughts in my head. I'm like, yo, am I procrastinating? Am I, being apathetic? Am I present? Like, am I being culturally relevant? Like, would I have known to say that? Or would I have been like, that was fire? like, am I doing those different things? Because I want to be able to connect with people. And all of that is going on in my head while I'm talking. But I'm like, no, bro, be present. Do my affirmations. Like, the input that I have is good. Like, I'm listening to good music when I am listening to music, and things of that nature.
Okay.
And so it's like, hey, and then I'm doing it for my family. If I keep that why in mind, like, all right, bro.
Yeah, what's your why? You're doing it for your family. Well, you're doing it, whatever. Then you're doing it for your family, but you're also doing it for us. Yeah. And so I'm going to stay right there because now it's your chance, BAF members. We have a selection. One of our members is here. His name is Darren, correct? And Darren is also a very talented person who's going to be joining the company of Saturday Night Live as a Nat Love. But right now, he is Darren, a BAF member. Welcome to Being Theo, the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute. And so you have a poem you want to share with us, right?
Yes, sir. This one's called Back to Basics. And it's a poem that I wrote with a partner of mine, Shiloh Allah. And it goes a little something like this. My gift of gab comes from an extremely intricate vocab. Your style is weak because most of you rappers lack the ability to grasp that all that gangster babble you're spitting don't even rattle me. It's nothing. Worthless prattle lacking any depth or reality. It's pure insanity. Okay, you can spit 16, but with no originality. I get down with my poetry. I ain't even rapping, G. Spoken word like Chuck D, and my rhymes always hurt. I don't freestyle much. I just write my verses like such. But whatever makes you feel big and nigga, but let me start back over because I didn't want to, okay. But whatever makes you feel bigger, nigga, but figure my tongue shoots hollow points when I've been pulling the trigger. Square between the eye, I prophesy, and make niggas realize you really ain't niggas. Simply lost brothers society has victimized. So keep your eye on the prize. Realize that hip hop is a culture. Even though we've allowed infiltration and the enemy now swoops down like vultures. And jailhouses are filling up quicker than the empty road of a belly of the beast that's seeking to devour you, brother. It's time to face it. Time to get back to basics.
All right, going to go back to basics. So,
That's a nice piece.
that's very nice. So tell us, how did you come to create this piece, and how did you go get back to basics? I guess that's the question. How did you do this? How did you come up with it?
Well, the thing was is that with a lot of lyricists now with the whole gangster rap and what's a goon to a goblin? I'm like, what's a goblin to an ogre? So this whole mentality in hip hop, it's not the basics, it's not the elements, and I'm about those elements, graffiti, breakdancing, MCing, DJing. Those are the elements of hip hop. It's a big difference between hip hop and rap. And a lot of the youth don't know the difference. We need to get back to basics.
Okay.
Because you can spit 16 and everything, but you ain't saying nothing. You're talking about disrespecting women. You're talking about killing. Okay, I don't want to hear about you talking about, the size of rims on your dadgum car when I'm walking. I don't want to hear you talking about, what you dadgum ate and every dadgum thing when I'm dadgum and making peanut butter sandwiches. I can't relate to that. Talk to me
Right.
about how we elevate our people. Let's talk about that. But those brothers don't make no money. KRS-One ain't making no money. Rakim ain't making all that money that he should be daggum making. But look at Busta Rhymes with all the daggum platinum around his daggum neck. Okay? Let's look at Weezy. Okay? We can go on and on at all these different rappers, and this is not disrespecting nobody.
Right.
Okay? I'm just calling it like I see it. There's a big difference between hip hop and rap. Okay? This is the real hip hop over here.
Well, all right. Thank you so much, man, for your poetry and everything, and welcome to the show again. We're gonna. This is also a book review show, and I mentioned earlier that I was a spook that's set by the sitcom Door. Well, there was a book called Spook That's Set by the Door, and we're gonna pull up some stuff on the internet so people will know what the significance of being a spook that's set by the door. You're gonna give him your microphone over here. And just go, you put it on, you can be my technician and put it on Julian so he can expound on The Spook That's Set by the Door. The Spook That's Set by the Door was a very classic movie starring Godfrey Cambridge, And I'll just lean in so if you have something to say, you can use my mic and everything. But Julian, let's do the review on The Spook That's Set by the Door. You're watching the BAF Solutions Network, and our book review segment, Spook That's Set by the Door, is our book today.
All right, here we go. So this is the back of the book here. Newsweek says it's deadly. The Times says it blends James Bond parody with wit and rage. And Dick Gregory himself says an important, original, nitty, and gritty book. It was an explosive, award-winning novel in the Black literary tradition. The Spook Who Sat by the Door is both a satire of the civil rights problems in the United States in the late 60s and a serious attempt to focus on the issue of Black militancy. Dan Freeman, the Spook Who Sat by the Door, is enlisted in the CIA's elitist espionage program. Upon mastering agency tactics, however, he drops out to train young Chicago Blacks as freedom fighters. I am a revolutionary. As a story of one Black man's reaction to ruling class hypocrisy, the book is autobiographical and personal. As a tale of man's reaction to oppression, it is universal. A publication in the African American Life series. Sam Greenlee is a highly acclaimed, internationally known poet, novelist, playwright, screenwriter, producer, director, actor, and teacher. A former U.S. Information Agency Foreign Service officer, he is the author of Baghdad Blues and 2 collections of poetry. We also watched the movie before, and this is a great movie. Definitely suggest everyone to watch the movie and read the book. Ashe.
Ashe. Well, the movie, I suggest that everyone should look at the movie and get the book, and we'll have that as more of a discussion. But I said, so that ties in the fact that I was a young writer and actor studying the greats, studying the best way to implement what I'm doing right now. And this whole innovative Zoom network channel is innovative because, as you see, we have the spin camera work with our spin table. So he spins to me and spins to you, and that's an innovation. Just like cable television, just like radio. Then we went into television. Then we went into broadcasting, and then we went into cable. So now we have TikTok and streaming and all those type of things. So this internet broadcasting company concept was exciting for me to be a part of, even though I came from broadcast television from NBC. It was very exciting for me to be able to come to Atlanta, ATL, set up shop as Arnold Arts LLC and Garvey Studios Talent Development Workshop at Garvey Studios right here in East Point. And like I said, the mayor was here today, the mayor-elect. And then I'm excited about doing work here in the East Point location. We're going to go right back to our Slamport Q. He's going to give us another piece, and so then we're going to talk about it because you about it. So let's go get it.
And then a couple of things before I get into this piece. One, it was Brother D. What was your name, sir?
I'll sit back down there and talk. Got something to say?
Darren?
Yes, sir.
Brother Darren, when you first came on, I was noticing that flag in the back. I thought it was like the Ethiopian flag, but I was like,
it is.
No, I was looking, I didn't know what logo. What flag is that in the back?
That is Ethiopia.
It is Ethiopia. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
That is the original Ethiopian flag.
Gotcha, because when I was looking it up, I was like,
the current Ethiopian flag is taken out off.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I thought about that. And then when you started doing your piece, Back to Basics, awesome piece, by the way, I started to notice the Black Panther shirt, and I was like, oh, see, this man, he locked in.
Now he conscious. He conscious already.
Almost on the end word because I didn't know if I could say that live.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Scorpio. November 16th, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Awesome. Oh, man, you got a birthday.
Happy
coming up soon.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
On 11/11. Now he's locked in. He's locked in.
And then like the last two things before I got into the piece, I wanted to shout out Brother Kalan G because I've been looking at this artwork, and when you really get into it, like he got all the greats and like down to the details. Like you see Rihanna's tattoo under there, like the fingers on the sax is fire. So shout out Brother Kalan G and his artwork on that. Yeah.
Conscious Cam is coming up to the wall. Come to the wall, y'all.
Definitely wanted to shout that out.
That's Conscious Cam. Conscious Cam time. Conscious Cam.
Yeah. And then I would say like that last piece that I want to say is about this book who sat by the door. I want to
Okay.
shout out the Black Man Lab again because it was at the Black Man Lab where one of the brothers, they had mentioned the movie.
He did,
and
he
was
did.
Like, yeah, y'all should go and watch this movie. And it was just like on my queue of stuff to watch for like months, honestly. And I just eventually got around to it. And when I watched the movie,
Oh yeah, tell us about it.
the movie was so good that it encouraged me to go get the book because I didn't even, and read the book. Because I'm like, I know sometimes movies might leave out certain aspects of it because they don't get all the details and things of that nature. So it inspired me to go read the book, and that was just
Well, I wanted to
great.
discuss the book,
Like,
so tell us about the book, because we wanted to discuss it,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what else to say about it. It was years since I read it.
Man, so like I really enjoyed the militant aspect of it and like how they went about doing it because I low-key, not that I didn't call myself a spook or something like that, but when I was younger, I was the person that was either reading, eating, or sleeping because you don't got to talk to nobody to do those things.
No.
But like I'm always observant, so like I'm learning about the people that's in these books, the people around me. Like, you know, I have social skills. I'm just not talking to y'all, but
Right.
I'm able to observe and see the different things that people are doing. And so like when I was reading the book, I related to how he was like, you know, I'm chilling and whatnot, but going back into the community and helping, and how he went about doing it with his bit of knowledge was learning from everything from the CIA. 'Cause that was something that had almost kind of kept me from even looking at leadership in a way, because I'm like, all the leaders that we have, whether it's Malcolm X or Nipsey Hussle or Dr. King, they always get off early, and then like the movement, like what happens to it is like whistles out. But like how in the book he's able to be like, there is no head. Like we all understand this, and here's a method of how to go about the movement moving without just one person having to be the head or be in the charge. And I thought that was really cool looking at it from that perspective.
Okay.
And how he was able to take the knowledge he had and like bring it back to the hood. And I'm like, I want to do that. Like I spit in one of my pieces talking about going to Africa, learning our ways and stuff like that.
Well, you're
nature,
definitely going to
coming
travel
back.
being a 5.
Like,
You're going to be all over the country.
so I really
Yeah.
related to it. And then the militant aspect too, because I'm like, bro, what are some ways we could really, like on your Black Panther shirt, like I related to that. I was like, how can we go about really affecting the change our community needs? So it was really
So
cool.
we definitely want to keep this conversation going with them. Spook that Set by the Door. So I'm glad you read the book. So maybe we can get a copy. If you still have your copy, bring it next time, and we can just show what the book looks like and everything, of course, and read passages from the book, because we're gonna focus on that, since that's the theme of us learning new information and getting ourselves right to share the information. And that's why the Spook that Set by the Sitcom Door was relevant to me and for everyone, because I was able to gain the knowledge, and bring it back to you guys, okay? And to help set up an internet broadcasting system and a Zoom network for people who may not have known the things that I've learned in New York City and in the professional setting. So I was happy to be the Spook that Set by the Sitcom Door, and we're happy to big up this book, man, because it was very relevant and it's very significant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got my piece now.
Okay, so you ready to go
Yeah,
now?
man,
Okay,
like,
all right.
I was
No,
just
so
being
that's why I have you
filled
sitting here, because
like
you'll be a
the
great
whole
co-host as well. So I definitely want you to be on set. So thank you for being here today. And yes, let's see what you got for the second one.
And so the second piece I'm gonna do is called Playing Games. And what inspired it was hearing, it was actually Wale's song that he was talking about a car. It was like, love the way, like Body Like a Benz, and how he was able to fit in a lot of car references in a way that he was still able to talk about a girl. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I want to do something like that. So I did something where
Okay.
it's not about a girl, but I was like, how many ways can I fit in all these different game references into a song, but it still be like cohesive and flowing? So
It's like Ludacris we were listening to Roll Out.
listen, like they got a lot of our artists. Shout out to Atlanta and them Atlanta artists, not Wale, but like Luda. But playing games.
Playing games.
We in 2 different leagues. You trying to check her out? I got a checkmate. Look, how I turn a pawn to a queen by the end of the night. With a ring, Bishop. Hi, I'm new to the game, not a rook. I know that I used to shook in front of the king with rhymes like recipes. My notebooks, cookbooks, QB, making BBQ, I'm rare. Well done, too. Quellen B up in the lead of the rap game. Don't know the name, but you know the position. Write a love song, XO, got you kissing. A quickie, espresso in the kitchen. Can cuddle up, huddle up, here's the mission. Stop playing games, focus on your vision, for it's missing. Listen, winning, swishing, competition, wishing I'm fizzing. They tripping, flow finger licking, was living different, now it's tradition. We reminiscing on how we did it, the definition of old school and new edition. Check. Because life's a gamble, I mean, you gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them. But speaking of playing your cards right, here's the deal now. When we hit the club, better not cut up. Got a good heart, you can still be a dub. No lion, diamond in the rough, no joke on my ace of spade. And your face card played from the EA Sport. Put my team in the game. Four to my lane, are you sane? Main, I'm running this thing. Rodeo with the flow. Over the bull, a bunch of clowns on the flow. So I'ma go and I'ma go pro. QB HD on your mobile phone. Plan to be a fantasy. Got a fan of fantasy. She see me, make her blush. She so sweet, my candy crush. QB sneaking, we on hush. QB gone, it's a rush. Listen, winning, swishing. Competition, wishing I'm fizzing. They tripping, flow finger licking, was living different, now it's tradition. We reminiscing on how we did it, the definition of old school and new edition. Oh, you ain't know? Mr. Skip backstage, go straight to the show. Doing numbers that's wild. When I go, I could pull 2, but the bro draw 4. Got a car for every color, let go. You should shuffle up, cause I won. Uno, you know? Said I'm done playing games, but we could reverse back, got one more flow.
Slam Point Q! Is there any question? There's not a question in that queue. Slam Point Q! Ah, man, you are something else, and I am very excited about it. So how did you come up to write this? What's the muse for this?
Yeah, man, like I said, I really wanted to be able to just think about all the games, and I wanted to be able to talk about something where it's like, I'm spitting 16, but it's not talking about like killing, fighting, degrading our women and stuff like that. And I was like, people be playing games. I be playing games sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
You know, whether it be board games, like the chess references or the card games. I was like, and then I just opened up my mind to all the stuff. It was like, rodeo, how can I fit that in there? Fantasy football, how can I fit that in there?
Okay.
Uno, how can I fit them references up in there?
Okay, so about game playing.
Yeah, so it's just like, and sometimes like even the references were like, you know, QB sneaking, we on hush. It's like, you know, I be playing games, you know, sneaking around and things of that nature, knowing good and well I'm supposed to be doing some other stuff, but it happens. But then like, there's also some stuff in there where it's like, we're still gonna feed you, like, you know, focus on your vision for it's missing. Like, yes, you be playing all these games, but like, at the same time, like, you know, how the end goal in mind. Like, you could go off on side quests, but know that it's a side quest and not your quest. Like, focus on that. So
that's
like,
right.
Still feeding you while like still having fun and entertaining and things of that nature. So.
Okay, so you did Slam Point Q.
And I'm listening to chess pieces. Like, if y'all know chess, y'all gonna catch them references and like, you gonna teach a little something too.
So yes, it was a very educational poem, so you gotta know the game in order to understand this game. Okay, the game that you were running, you gotta know the games. Yeah, you know, okay, so it's kind of a double meaning for me there. You gotta know the game in order to understand the game. Oh.
That's a bar, yeah. That's a bar.
Wow. I know. This is inspired. It's all mystical here, and like I said before. So we're gonna close out with a poem from Malcolm Jamal Warner, because it's about him and his encoding messages. So we've been encoding messages the whole conversation, and definitely encoding messages from your pieces and then, from the book and from what you came up with, Darren. So definitely, let's take a look at Malcolm Jamal Warner's poetry piece and see, can we vibe off what he's saying, and of course we can. And you're watching Being Theo, the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute, only on the BAF Solutions Network. I'm the spook that's set by the sitcom door, and I happily enjoy doing that. So take a listen, and we'll see you next time.
Woman, at night I toss and turn, anticipating the slow burn. But then I said, you know what? I can't come at her like that. Because even when a woman is, fellas, even when a woman is dead wrong, if you want to get your point across, you got to get it across in a way where she's going to be able to hear you. So I backed up and I said, scared, huh? Let me tell you something. At night, I toss and turn, anticipating the slow burn, accompanied by your sweet whimpers upon being entered gracefully and turned out tastefully until you're sprung. For yet another taste of me. One more touch, screaming out for one more thrust in sheer unbridled lust. Legs clutched around my waist, our taste upon our lips as our hips slow wind to the rhythm of bliss. Can you imagine this? Feeling life through my kiss too. Taking one simple breath makes me miss you, let alone death doing us part. Shooting magic serum darts past the wound, leading straight to your heart. You see, I make love to your core. Make this session faithfully yours. Stone the whore with an unmatched affection. Poke and probe with an unmatched erection. Announce my arrival strictly for your protection because I am liable to blow your mind. Into tiny little pieces. As I
This needs no explanation.
passion that will leave you gasping for more of what you've been yearning for. Legs tingling, juices mingling, click throbbing, insides burning for, robbing you of your chance to gather your senses. Because once your arrival commences and your soul tenses, there is no turning back. Except you on your back again. Begging to be lightly slapped again.
I had to leave him with that. I had to leave him with that. I ain't got nothing to say about that.
Are trapped again. Because as much as I try to do this without them, I can't seem to. I need to wean you before I explode and start to unfold this spiritual load that becomes poetry in motion. Truth be told, this is why I spit the type shit that makes mermaids do backflips in the ocean. Because when I let go, it's with the force I can control not. Giving you all that I've got, exasperated that you've taken each and every shot like a trooper and a half. But as we bask in each other's aftermath, radiating in mutual glow. Y'all hear me good? I can feel it now. Look, as we bask in each other's aftermath, radiating in mutual glow, I once again grow sad because I know how far this is gonna go. I mean, I don't want to be a player no more, but not that bad. For I've had far too many trials and too many tribulations caused by incredible vibrations, followed by heart-stopping sensations, created by gyrations that of which only God could approve. So, as I stand here, talking to you, longing to bare my soul, but instead I bare my truth. The only godly thing for me to do is to steer you clear and free from giving it to me because, in short, woman, I will ruin you.
I didn't know he was that nasty. Oh my God, well, you definitely can pull it off.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, guys. Great job.
Right.
I'll do a commercial. That's that holistic health right there, level 10 holistic health.
I guess healing,
Right.
like Marvin Gaye sang about. He's saying about healing.
I like to sit and meditate on what it is I'm going to work on, or I meditate on the canvas And after a while,
Statements out
It
to
was
the
all
people
win.
through his work, and you do the same thing, Q. So you're representing very well here on BET.
Yes,
Malcolm
it
Jamal
was
Warner
he
tribute.
really-
And we're going to take some time right now to see Malcolm Jamal in action right here on the BAF Solutions
And we just
Network.
saw him in action.
Now we getting deeper with his encoded messages. He really he did what he came to do. He definitely did what he came to do. He got his break and built.